Instagram says it will do more to safeguard kids on its platform by restricting what content young users can see as part of its latest update. The platform says it is aligning its teen accounts with safety settings that follow the same guidelines as PG-13 movies. Instagram will not promote and may even hide posts featuring strong language or those which could encourage what it calls harmful behaviors, like content featuring risky stunts or marijuana use. But is it too little too late? Joining me now is tech expert Carmi Levy to break this down for us. Good morning, Carmi.
Good to be with you, Will. Thanks for having me.
I think this is a huge topic of discussion right now, and the too little too late, I think, is probably the primary thing that people are going to be thinking about. Do you think with these restrictions in place, it's actually going to be beneficial with teens maybe being able to get around them?
Well, I mean, every little bit helps here, and I certainly don't want to rain on Meta's parade. Anything that they do moves us in the right direction and sort of gives kids and their parents more tools to work with as they try to keep them safe online. But, we shouldn't delude ourselves here. The only reason they're introducing these features is because they have to. They have been sued in many courts in many countries over the impact of their tools on kids, on their mental health. It's been correlated to things like suicide. Governments, of course, are tightening their regulations in various countries to, make social media companies behave in a more community-focused manner. So this isn't altruistic. They're not doing this because they want to. They're doing it because they have to. And, we have to disavow ourselves of the notion that, that the internet, that we can age gate every piece of content on the internet. I'm a parent of three. My kids are pretty tech savvy, and if I say no to them technologically, the way they perceive that is, well, let's figure out a workaround. Let's figure out a way around that. And so, good try, but let's not kid ourselves. This isn't going to fix a pretty complex problem.
Yeah, completely. And, safeguards have been put in previously, but there's always been a way to get around it. And with AI and the algorithms still targeting those younger people with those problems that parents really don't want their kids seeing, what's different about the safeguards that are going to be in place now compared to past times?
These, as you said, these build on what's previously been introduced. So teen accounts have been around for about a year. This expands the definitions of what constitutes problematic content. It also uses the PG-13 definitions that we've all been familiar with in the movie industry. Essentially takes those and applies them to the Instagram platform. And if you want to opt out of it, you're going to have mom and dad's permission. And this is a common theme with Meta's teen protection regime, is that it involves parents and that any changes to the settings, they have to okay it, which in theory anyway means mom and dad are going to know. In reality, kids are pretty tech savvy. So does this work in practice? No, not at all. It also makes it more difficult for adults, and there have been restrictions on adults using these platforms as a way of targeting younger users. This makes it even more difficult, puts more restrictions on how younger teen users can interact with adult accounts and vice versa. And also implements them by default. In other words, if you don't go into your settings to make those changes, they become automatic regardless. You need mom and dad's permission to turn them off.
And I think, let's play devil's advocate a little bit on the other side of things. It's a great idea, and we want to limit what's being filtered through our younger people and what they can actually see. But on the turnaround, with those restrictions in place, are there kind of negatives or going to be the opposite of benefits that will come from having restrictions like this?
There certainly are. And, there is a certain percentage of the user base that uses tools like Instagram for, seeking assistance with mental health or doing research in the space. And of course, if you're looking for that content and you're in that age range, you're not going to find it. This uses artificial intelligence, and we know full well that AI doesn't always get it right. So research shows that in some cases, the objectionable content will still leak through. Or in some cases, it will take, content that should not be flagged and flag it, and it will not find its audience. And so there are all sorts of ways that this can go wrong. And we've also seen a number of adults who've had their accounts, thanks to the use of AI to track activity, those accounts have been flagged as teen accounts and have been sort of flipped over. So it's imperfect technology. We know that Meta has gotten rid of its content moderators, gotten rid of its customer support human department. So if you do have a problem that's been triggered by technology, finding someone to resolve it, not quite there as well. So all sorts of issues, and this is a company that in the past really has not always behaved in a way that is optimized to the rest of us, and this just gives them more places to go wrong.
Such a fast-moving sector with changes just constantly happening every couple of months. It feels like the 3 to 5 year plan is the 3 to 6 month plan, which is the week plan. Obviously, a lot of confusing times, but hopefully some positivity can come from this. Carmi, really appreciate your time this morning.
Thanks so much, Phil. Great being here.